So finally, I'm back, guys. As I was telling you before, I will take some holiday, which is still I'm doing it, but Bitcoin have been not doing that much since the last 2 weeks. I have been recording the past videos, and today I want to analyze what actually with the time has Bitcoin been doing, because we still see the range of the 60,000, 64, 65. We went and reached all the way to 70, but we went smash it down. As I was telling you, the 10 EMA ETH line is a resistance right now, as we see in the daily. I want to analyze the weekly, and maybe we're going to go to small time frames, but right now it's not too important. At least that you want to do some small trades. So let me know in the commentaries below if you would like to do some small trades. But for now, for me, I don't really have the time for that. And that's why, guys, that's why right now we don't really care that much what the Bitcoin price is doing. If though just in a consolidation, we want the Bitcoin price to continue going down. So finally, we're going to be able to buy more and more and more, as we already planned when we were selling around the 120K, which I came and say to you, that was, I think, the 6th of October, more or less, when we were around that range. So now I want to start with the daily, because we see how massively we have this rejection over here. And let me mark again the time, because the time we're past the Fortuna line is still with lower strength, and we should be already with the Fortuna line going down, and the time already in a positive direction towards a green valley. But that did not happen. If you want to follow me with all the indicators I have, you can go to the description below. I link a video there where you can have my strategy completely for free, and like this you can take the most advantage of the market, guys, completely for free. So as you can see, we still have this trend over here. So in the daily, I still not doing any big trade. I was telling you, this is the moment either you start buying, because as we see in the weekly, let me just go really quick. In the weekly, we still have some strength, but this is a fair price to start buying. Let's go to the daily, and then we're going to continue. I'm going to jump into the weekly later. But as you can see, we have been just having this consolidation over here. This trend is still there. So what I'm expecting, at least the Bitcoin price to do a small red valley. We will see if it's going to be small or not, but we can go again to oversold territory, guys. And this, it could potentially, with the time, create a bullish pattern, which I will come in here when I see the bullish pattern already. I will come and tell you, because that is going to be a nice moment to have the bounce. And it is logical as well, because everybody at 120 was expecting the Bitcoin price just going to continue. It's going to continue with the super cycle. We're going to see again a bear market or drop below 30%. That's what everybody was saying. But now you see how all these people go smash liquidated again. And it makes sense as well that we don't have that bounce, because like it feels that the market already know exactly what Bitcoin's gonna do, and the money maker don't love, or it's money don't like to don't earn money. That's why they need to play out a little bit different. They always go with somehow playing the same patterns of the previous bull and bear market, but it's never going to be exactly the same. Always going to rhyme, but not exactly the same. So that's why you need to have a strategy, have some tools that help you to navigate the market, because otherwise you're going to get stuck. And like most of the people, they have been waiting for this bounce, but the bounce didn't came. In any case, the bounce was just this small candle. I was telling you last time that we went to reach the 97, and immediately we went down. And I mean, most of the people who were calling also alt season, that's why I never was calling for alt season, guys. That was a little bit disappointing of the whole alts, because they did nothing. And lots of people are in a pain right now, losing a lot of money right here. And I do think potentially we can continue going a little bit lower. Let me see, with the daily, pretty much that was what I wanted to say, guys. I'm expecting Bitcoin price potentially go a little bit down. If we don't go down, we're going to continue that levels we're holding, which is the 60K. And we're gonna just do this consolidation around here. What we want to see is the 55 EMA and the 10 EMA start to get together. It is gonna be the confirmation, depending the pattern we have down here with the Fortuna line and the red valley or green valley at the time. We're gonna see if the price gonna go to the upside or to the downside, and that I'm gonna come and say to you before it happens, as always. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like, guys, and I will appreciate if you share with a friend as well, so you can also help someone with this video, and you're also gonna be helping me to grow. And as always, I'm gonna come and bring you that information on time and completely for free. So now let me jump into the weekly, because in the weekly we see how massively we have been dropping just in red candles, and everybody is just thinking that we're gonna continue going more low because we have been coming just with red candles, but a couple of candles more, it wouldn't really matter right now. So we can continue doing that according to my strategy, and also, well, actually according to historically what have happened. This is a really fair area to buy. It doesn't matter if the price go to 50 or 40. You can start accumulating here a small percentage, like I said to you before, around the 58. I was getting into some small percentage, but I do expecting the Bitcoin price to go a little bit lower. I don't like to be timing the Bitcoin price and be completely married to that projection idea. I do go there and buy a small percentage. If go down, I buy even more. If go even lower, I go completely full on Bitcoin. Why? Because I have the certainty that we're gonna continue going up and up, and we're gonna see even higher high in the years to come, guys. And you need to be aware of that. If you want to protect your money, this is the best way to do it. And right now, because I also have a pretty sad news. I mean, like Bernie Sanders is talking about tax the wealth people. We're gonna go back to that in a little bit. But there is no other way for you to protect for all the issues that are happening right now in the world, and the inflation is going to continue coming because the wars, unfortunately, they're still there. There is not only because a lot of civilian life always get affected, that not the politicians, but also the governments, they love to print more money to be funding all these sad wars that are happening around the world. And that's going to continue happening, guys, until they're finished. They're going to continue spending money, and that at cost of your savings. So that being said, in the weekly, what we want to see in the weekly, we want to see that the Fortuna line bends down, and then because we can continue here and make another green valley and another red valley, and we can continue being oversold on the other side. You need to keep that in mind. Just because the other side goes down, it doesn't mean that immediately you're gonna pop up. We can spend weeks and weeks down there, and even we can go a bit lower. Let me see last time. Well, actually, this is from what time is this? This is 16. Okay, we can see pretty much we reaching more or less. We still can go a little bit lower compared to last time. You can see right here. That would be, yeah, we still can go a little bit low. And this would align, let me show what we 200 MA right here. Let me reset this chart. You see how nicely it holds here 58. We can go below and touch this other line over here. Yes, we can do, and this will be a perfect time to deploy as much money. It's gonna happen, not 100%, guys. We did last bear market, but we didn't the previous one. So just keep in mind, being at this area is already at 55, I think. Let me see. It's a lot of discounts already that you don't gonna get later. Let me see. Yeah, 52. Could we go to 60 and go to this area? Yes, I do think that potentially we're gonna do somewhere in this year, but I'm not betting on that. That's why I start buying right now, and I'm sharing to you already, buying small percentage. Even if I saying that the Bitcoin price is gonna continue going down, there is a big possibility that we break here to this area. Imagine we go to 55. Even here we have a big support, but if we continue going like this and we go below that area, we could continue to the 45, no lower than that high, guys. We will see what's gonna happen because we already oversold here. And remember, as I say to you, if we don't see by March Bitcoin going up at least to, in this case, would be in the weekly to the 77, and the 91 would be the best. We can have a massive candle just to liquidate it. Everybody can happen, but if we don't see the Bitcoin price going up, you need to be really careful, because Bitcoin gonna continue going down, and the altcoin's gonna be even more destroyed. I mean, we have already Cardano, if I'm not wrong, it went already really low. Let me see, it went to previous low already. Yeah, you can see here. I mean, we're in 2022 when we are exactly as the previous bear market. And if Bitcoin continue going down, it's gonna go even lower and lower. So just be really careful there, guys. Just be really careful with that. Exactly with the Ethereum as well, it can continue going. Remember, at the end, Bitcoin is king, and whatever Bitcoin does, the other one's gonna suffer the consequences, either positive or negative, even higher. So yeah, and now, I mean, talking about Ethereum, Vitalik also, I mean, it continues selling and selling and selling. I mean, he has been selling already like 7 million. It's not that much. It's just a small quantity for the whole market cap that Ethereum have, but it doesn't really look well that he's selling and selling and selling. And last weeks he had been selling as well, consecutive selling pressure. It doesn't really impact much on the price, but also in the credibility, because it's like the saying that Elon Musk should be selling Tesla stocks, or exactly like Coinbase was doing as well. So yeah, that's for Ethereum. I don't see that much over there. We still have the positive strain in the Fortuna line, so that means in the red area. Can continue going down, yes, but we also in significant levels right here. We shouldn't have lost that level. You can see over here, there was previous big support before. We can still continue to 1,500, but I don't see breaking that. We will see what Bitcoin decides to do. I mean, it's going to affect the price of the others. And for now, guys, the last thing I want to mention, and that's why it's so important for you to own money, is exactly like I might say, encrypt your money for communist grandpa. Not only will they come for you, it will also be retroactive. Just listen what Bernie Sanders is saying.
So the issue comes down to whether or not we ask the wealthiest people in this country, many of them living right here in California, to start paying their fair share of taxes so that 3 million people in the state can get health care. And I think the answer is pretty obvious. Yes. That's what we've got to do.
Well, we've already seen Larry Page, Peter Thiel, David Sachs, Larry Ellison start to move out of the
isn't
state.
That something?
But the argument...
No, here's what the argument is.
Yeah.
The argument is, it is outrageous. What they are saying to the people of California is, it doesn't matter to us. We're billionaires, and we're getting richer and richer, and if children die because they can't get to a doctor, tough luck. We have the power, California, and we are going to punish you. Now, they lie a lot, these guys. When Mamdani was running for mayor in New York City, you may recall, all the rich guys were going to leave. It didn't happen. Now, whether they do or not, I don't know. Who knows? But the idea that they are saying that it's okay for children to die, people not get the health care they need, and they're going to punish the people of California, that is outrageous. And by the way, that is why I will be introducing a national wealth tax. Where are they going to run that? Maybe they'll run to Saudi Arabia. I suspect that's where they'll go. But, you gotta, at some point, you got to stand up to these guys.
But that's the Newsom argument, that we should do it nationally, but if we do it just here,
somebody's
it's going to hurt California's revenue.
I'm going to introduce the legislation, and it ain't going to pass right away. Yeah. And if California can do it, this will be a message, by the way, not only to America, it'll be a message to the world, because this oligarchy is taking over countries all over the world. So this is a big deal. So the issue...
So that's really dangerous, guys. I mean, that's really dangerous, because... like in Europe, for example, if you just earning around 5,000 to 4,000, if you're just surprised if you're from state, but if you're earning 4,000 to 5,000, which is not much, you're going to be taxed as a rich already. I mean, you're going to be taxed as a rich already, and you're seen as a rich, and you're earning a F. I mean, that 5 to 4K in Euro is not that much. And so this is never going to affect to billionaires. I mean, this is always the same BS speech from not only from communist people, but there are many other politicians. It doesn't really matter. I don't really care if they're Republicans, they're socialist, communist, whatever. They're always the same F, because what they actually always do is just collecting taxes, and then just burn all the money they printing. And they doesn't matter which party they're always going to be printing money, affecting the savings. So everybody ain't just effing like the middle class, like small businesses and people that don't have all these networking of the billionaires. The billionaires, they're never gonna get affected, guys. If you think that this speech of the politicians gonna help you or gonna help poor people. That's just BS, because they should be doing by themselves and not just for the money they connected. I mean, they can print whatever money they want. If we want to finish with poverty tomorrow, we will be able to do it. But the war, it doesn't really work like this. Unfortunately, we don't help everybody. The politicians don't want that. And that's why, guys, I don't really swallow it. Just let me know if you swallow all of this BS. Let me know in the commentary below. I'm really interested in what do you actually think. Prove me if I'm wrong, but I just give you my opinion. And there is a big structure that the billionaires have, and they're never gonna get touched. They're never gonna get touched. So they can move from one state to another state. Anyway, it's stupid what he's saying as well, because either they go to Dubai or whatever, we will see. I mean, of course they're gonna move to somewhere else where they're not affected. And that's what you're doing at the end. You're just killing your own economy. The States, there is no in the position of doing that, because they have a national debt is completely to the roof, and there are many more economic issues, not only in the States but also in Europe for all the war that is happening right now. So just be careful, guys, because these things can continue going around. And just let me know if you think that this is an issue that every politician does, or it's just Bernie Sanders and his party. But I do personally see it in all the politics. I mean, all the politics, they never in your favor. They don't like you to be wealth. They don't like you to get out of this slave mentality they building in order for you to just serve to them until you die. Because once you awake and you start to think about how to get enslaved from all the system they have been done, which actually Bitcoin helped you to do that, completely give you the freedom they take out of your hands. Once they see that, they're gonna persecute you, they're gonna tax you, they're gonna say whatever, they're gonna try to stop you. But with Bitcoin, they can't. That's why, guys, that's why I'm saying all the time, save in Bitcoin. And don't forget, guys, to subscribe to the channel, smash that like, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.